Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Sonny here, back at it again with another Neverwinter video. By the title and thumbnail, you know why you clicked on. We are going to be discussing the changes that came into effect with Mod 19 and the healing changes in general, specifically with this video. As you guys know, this is going to be my thoughts and opinions only. This is pretty big to me. As just a casual player, even on my days on Xbox, I wasn't really a person who liked to form groups. A lot of the times I would just pub group everything because it would pop eventually and I would still be able to get the dungeon completed, even if the group was, you know, suboptimal or whatever the case may be. And unfortunately with Neverwinter, it has sustained a lot of healing changes over the years, so we've had to endure a lot. And if you've been around for a while, you've had to endure a lot yourself. We've had the perma bubble, right? When OP paladins first came out, you know, you just threw up a bubble and you were immediately protected. There wasn't even no healing involved. Then they came out with AA, and just AA was overpowered, and then the duo with the DO AC combo, and then the heal it in with just a blue shield, right, was just the previous mod. And now, to my recollection, now every class has the ability to blue shield on a player, right? The Scourge Warlock, the Cleric, and Paladin in question. And unfortunately, I have not been able to play these healing changes personally, but just being a CW here on PC, it's still, I could feel the effects of the changes that it has made to the healing population in general. And just the other day, literally just the other day, I was trying to pub queue an epic dungeon and as well as a trial dungeon. Now, both of these I've always completed before this mod, no problem, okay? And I want to make this point clear that I was 10 times weaker than when I first started. When I first hit 80, I could do a trial queue no problem and not die one time, okay? Especially when I first hit 80. At 18k item level is when you could run a trial queue, and I was able to complete it with no daps. Now I'm at almost 21k, a lot higher than I was previously, okay? Over what? That's almost 3k more because I'm almost at 21, so over 3,000 more. And now doing that same dungeon and same trial queue, I'm dying a hell of a lot more for no other reason than just the healing changes and the incoming healing in general changes affected as a whole. Now, unfortunately, I don't know what they're doing because the Neverwinter community healing population is small in general. You don't really see too many people out there who gravitate towards Neverwinter and want to make a healer as a first class choice. That's just how it is in my head. You know, usually people go with either a DPS class or they might even go with a tank. You know, a lot of times people don't necessarily gravitate towards the healer until further on in the game when they realize, man, there's a lack of role for this class. You know what, let me make it. And then you always have the ability to get into a group when you're a healer. But now with all the changes to this mod, it affects the healers, but it also affects the DPS as well, because it's a whole new game. And what do I mean by that? No lie, I had 3 rows of stones of health, right? 3 rows of stones of health, 50 apiece, and I had literally went through all 3 of them within a day or 2. Like, it's insane the amount of stones of health now that you have to use. And just the way you play is different. You know, from my experience, I'm not able to, we can't pull as many mobs as we used to, which, you know, in itself, maybe that's what they were trying to do, but it also kind of takes away from the funness, in my opinion, because it limits to what you can do. The one thing I could say about Neverwinter is I don't know what they're trying to do, but we should just be able to do what we want as a community. You know, if we want to be able to pull all the dungeons and be able to do it, we should have that opportunity to do so. You know, that's a challenge in itself, being able to do that. But now I just feel it's almost impossible, because I haven't met, I mean, in my personal experience, I haven't met a group yet that has successfully healed with no difficulties. I mean, when Mod 19 first came out, they did change it, but the cocoon in LAM was busted. I mean, you couldn't even get that overshield enough to where the group would just automatically wipe when it exploded. They did bump that up to where now it is longer, but still, that just shows you that just how significant even these top end healers before Mod 19 drop could heal that no problem. We're having a difficult time. Now, I know they did a quick patch update to the healers. I'm not sure how significant of a change it was, because in my opinion, I'm still dying like it's no tomorrow. You know, and the problem is there's no lifesteal no more. So I don't know what their intentions were with this update to the healing. It's poorly executed in my opinion. It's not done properly. Don't get me wrong. I want to make this abundantly clear. I know there's healers out there who can probably heal, you know, maybe just as well as they did before with no problem. But the community as a whole, I'm talking about, not just a limited, small, minute amount of players, but just the healers as a whole, and especially lower level healers. I mean, people who just hit 80 and who are only 19, 20k, 21k, bro, they're at a huge disadvantage right now because those heals don't even really do nothing. I'm being quite frank. And it's bad. It's bad. And the problem is, it just takes that much longer to heal as well, okay? And then on top of all that, they downscale changes affects the healing, in my opinion, because even when a healer's trying to heal you up, right, you can just see how slow that is. It's just so slow, and I'm like, dude, am I even getting healed right now? Like, I'm literally taking damage as I'm getting healed, right? Okay? And then another thing on top of that is for those of you out there who know about this perk on the companion, redemption, okay? This is not even working as the same as mod 18, right? It used to be able to heal you up during combat. Now it seems that doesn't even work when you're in combat at all. Like, I'm literally dying with that equipped. That was kind of my ace in the hole, you know what I mean? I didn't have to use stones of health like that. I can use redemption and that would heal me outside of combat, but as well as in combat, as long as I'm not taking too much damage, right? You know, even just chilling back, sitting back, I'm still taking mad damage. And there's nothing I can do to regain my health other than use a stone of health. But the problem is, I'm not spending money on no stones of health. I'm not going to keep buying these stones of health. At number one, they're getting really expensive. Like, on just some real shit, they get really expensive really quick. And as a new player or any players out there who don't have that kind of income like that, what are they, insane? Are they insane with that? It's just frustrating because even doing dailies, you know, these zones are just getting harder and I don't know what they expect you to do. Now, you can use a blood theft, which I'm probably going to do. I might make a video down the road or something explaining, you know, why you need a blood theft in mod 19 or something just for now. But this is crazy to me. I feel like this needs to be addressed. They need to do something. I feel this needs to be worked out pretty quickly. Mod 19 is coming to console pretty soon. So if you're on console, be ready because it is a different Neverwinter. And I mean that in like a good way and a bad way because I don't mind changes. It's just when you don't properly execute the changes is where it becomes an issue because to me this is an issue. You know, newer players are going to have a problem as well as veteran players are going to have a problem clearing some of these dungeons. Now, as always, you know, it's something eventually over time will probably, you know, enough patches and enough fixes will change it properly to where it works as intended. But just in the meantime, it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass, and I just want to voice my opinion on it. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below of what you guys thought about the healing changes to mod 19. In my opinion, I don't even know why they addressed these healing changes so quickly. I think they could have taken their time more, put it in the preview server, and then asked the community as a whole what they thought of it. And, you know, we would have gave them our feedback and said, well, listen, this definitely needs to be worked out. It's not ready for a live server, in my opinion. But, you know, your boy Sonny always just complains too much. But I do like it making these videos and just kind of talking to you guys and just kind of explaining just the way Neverwinter is for me in my headspace right now. I know that I guess this is maybe another attempt at a cash grab because if you got to buy more stones of health and more scrolls of mass life, that means you're going to have to either, one, buy more Zen for them, or two, play the game more in order to make more money. But like I said, it goes hand in hand. You can only get 100,000 a day, so how much money can you really get in one day? Unless you're pulling items out of chest, and how frequently does that happen? But guys, I really do want to know your feedback on this video in the comments down below. Maybe I'll do a revisit to this in about a week's time just to see your guys' feedback on this as a whole. As always, it has been your boy Sonny. I'll check y'all on the next adventure. Peace out.